Hi, my name is Debbie. Today I'm going to show you how to make beautiful classical bouquet. I'm using this wire frame and first just placing my foliage. Why do I using this frame? Because I would love that my bouquet been really big, but using minimum amount of the flowers. I like to add these peppercorn stems all the way around this wire, so you can see, okay, and making sure that my stems is a spiral, normally like we do any of our bouquet. So you can see that's determine how big our bouquet is going to be. So I usually like to use 2 or 3 different types of the foliage. So at the moment I have a beautiful eucalyptus. We had the rain, so that's amazing. After so many months and years even of the drought, so you can just see even how beautiful flower is. So of course I'm not going to cover everything with, but still I would love to kind of place now and then eucalyptus so that we have that texture. Can you make something like that bouquet without this type of the frame? Yeah, of course you can. You can use the natural material or you can make it without any frame. But if you're just trying to do something first time, I think that just gives you really good idea and actually helps you to be more in control, particularly if you're starting with the floristry. So I had a really nice frame of the bouquet that's going to look some foliage that's hanging and my eucalyptus. It gives me really good form. Okay, so here on the table I have a different variety of the flowers. So first I usually start with the flowers that gives me big volume or more. So that is our chrysanthemums and banksia. And banksia and eucalyptus goes really well. So let me just first start with my 3 banksia. Banksia usually with us, this probably not very straight stems, and that can be really hard for you to push in. So just be a little bit patient and don't just push it, just look where is the space and how that can work for you. You have to have a patience, yes. You can see that's banksia that's hanging. And my last one I can put this way or maybe I can put that way. I would love that this bouquet be slightly asymmetrical, so I'm happy to place it this way. Okay, my next one is going to be these buds, how we call them, chrysanthemums. Okay, so I'm going to place them slightly higher, not too low, you know, like I did my banksia, just a slightly higher. And you maybe just push your eucalyptus, if they probably slip down, you know, just put up, yes. All right. And we just got this one. So I place my 3. So I would like to add this color and texture a little bit more. So I'm placing just a little bit outside and this way. So I can see now inside that I have a little bit of the gap that we don't have so much foliage because now we have more flowers and it's kind of all those foliage that I place comes to one. So I'm happy to add a little something green, and that's lovely roscus can give me a nice line. So my third flower that I like to use is roses. So where I'm going to put my roses, it's actually just between all those flowers. And same principle. Some roses will go high and some roses will go low. But also we will love that the texture and the color being seen. So it's coming to the point that you have quite a lot stems to hold, but it's also not that hard to hold because I have that structure, and it's really helped me when I'm moving. So when you see that people making bouquet these days, something like that, most important things that you need to check is the stem spiral. And maybe you think, oh, I can do that very easily. I can just, you know, bunch together. But it actually doesn't work that way. You have to really have a pattern, and you have to have use the principal elements of design. How do you need to go and which recipe you need to use to being able to create something beautiful. So if you like to learn more about principal elements of design, how to use it correctly, you know, how to apply in every day, no matter what you're doing, even if you're just doing something for your home, you can just visit our website and enroll in some of our classes that we're running with classical design, or even just to buy some of our lessons. You can see here I have a couple of dry things, yeah. And this is amaranthus, and they've been just bleached and dried. And at the moment is a very, very popular dry flowers, particularly putting them together with the fresh one. The reason why I put this amaranthus of the wire, just because I don't need to use the whole stems, and those things with us, particularly in Australia, is quite expensive. So you can kind of divide it in a small bunches and do the wire and lovely tape. Even if nobody can see it, doesn't really matter. I would love to still tape nicely because that looks nice and professional. Yeah. So we just place this side. Of course, I would love to add a little bit more here. Oh, just join together. And we have that dry texture and almost dry texture of the Banksia. Even this particular Banksia is not dry, but they have that dry texture, yeah. And it's kind of looks okay. So let me just add this amaranthus. This is a little bit bigger. Hopefully this side will work. So now it's come time that we can see are our bouquet going to stand on their own feet. So let's just put them together. Yep. So they stand, beautiful. So you can put it in a bigger vase or you can put it in a small. I think probably in a bigger vase it will get much bigger effect and you can see the structure, that little unstructure. We still can see all our flowers, one flower's in, one flower's out. Yeah, but we can still kind of see and have a feel of the nature. Like we pick up from the garden and we create some interesting things in our vase, yes. I will be making weekly video. If you like what you see today, subscribe to our channel.